Welcome back, everyone, to the channel. I really appreciate you being here. This is your host, LitecoinLeader, otherwise known as Jeff. I'm your host every single time here. We have lots to talk about today. This is video number 2 in the review of Altcoin-Opoly, a game I invented a couple years ago. Now, if you check out the video I post up here, as well as I will post probably a playlist of the videos that I made for every one of the coins that I talk about today. Now, they're a couple years old, so there's a little bit of dated material, but the information about it is a great starting point and a great launching point for discovering and learning about each one of these projects. So let me share my screen. But before I do, please, if you like this kind of content and want to see more of it and want to help the channel, please hit the like button. It helps out a lot. It helps to kick that algorithm up and going. Like, share, subscribe. We need to get more people watching this channel. Who knows if it's been... Anyway, we need more viewers. We need to grow the channel. It really helps out this channel. Really, it's a simple thing for you guys to do, and it really helps out a lot. So thank you in advance for that. Plus, there's information crawling across the bottom. We have a new course about becoming your own bank and getting involved in crypto. It's a 50% off discount code in the description. Also, there's tickets for the Silver Symposium at the end of October or end of September, beginning of October at Caesar's Palace. Those tickets are only $89 using the link in the description as well. And there's a phone number if you need any more help. You can texting it is probably the best, or you can join my Patreon for just $5 a month. Leave me a message there. I definitely answer all those. Now, with all that said, let's jump into this and start talking about Altcoin-Opoly again. So here we go. Here's the presentation. Let's get that looking right. So it's a little off center. It just is what it is. This is the whole full board. I'm going to move down one. Now, in the previous video, I talked about the transportation spaces, which are the midpoints of each zone. There are 4 of those. Today, we're going to talk about the cheap rent, or zone 1, the bottom of Altcoin-Opoly here. The bottom row, the brown and the blue, you can see it right at the bottom of the board there. These are the cheap rent spaces. Now, there are 7 projects that were mentioned there, in addition to Litecoin, which is one of the transport projects, or transport spaces mentioned in the previous zone. And again, I'm going to try and make a playlist for all this, but I want to talk about these 7 projects and which ones I might like going forward. Now, first off, PoonDX was the cheapest one. It was the lowest rent. It was the $4 space. I don't want to say too much about the original version of the game, but you know what I mean. The cheapest rent space is the first space, and that was PoonDX. PoonDX, they were an Asian company. They were a point of sale device. They were meant to swipe cards and you could buy and sell in crypto very easily, and stores are very easy for those stores to accept and use and adopt crypto. It did get kind of popular in Asia. But they had to rebrand. They tried to get stateside. I met this North American sales rep. Honestly, I wasn't that impressed with him, to be honest. He was kind of pushing his own project and his own coin when I talked to him. So I wasn't that thrilled with this project, and I was less and less attracted to the project. That's why I went up with just a 1 rating, even though it was a great gamble coin at the time. And keep in mind, a lot of these altcoins, they are gambles, right? They're not assured to be a winner, but they can 10x, 100x. And PoonDX, when I got into it, it went up quickly, and then it withered out quickly. So, and full disclosure, I've probably been in all these projects at some point in time. Just for full disclosure, I don't want to say which ones I have, which ones I don't. I'm going to tell you which ones. You can tell by the ones I like going forward, which ones I would put more of my capital in. Not financial advice, but that's just what I would tell a friend or on a consultant call. Projects that I would be interested in talking about. So let's move on from PoonDX to another one, Dent. Dent, what they did. And again, we're gonna have the videos I made a video on every single one of these, and I'll make that a part of the link. But Dent was blockchain-based cellular access, like rather than paying Verizon or AT&T or Sprint or T-Mobile. Dent idea was to use blockchain to provide cellular service. Now, I don't think it's really taken off. It did hit like a penny at one point, but then it came right back down. So that's why it's only like a 1.5. It's an interesting idea, but it hasn't gone very far. RSR, I liked reserve rights. They were backed by both Coinbase and Binance. That's one of the stablecoin options. But again, it really has not taken off. They did when I talked about them in 2021, they had not built their own blockchain yet. They did that in 2022. But they've kind of been very quiet ever since. They may come back to life. So the 3 is not a bad grade, but I'm not big into stable coins at all at this point going forward. Just not something I want to pursue. But reserve rights, RSR is the value token. RSV is the stable coin. So RSR is the one that can go up and down, kind of like maker and DAI for Ethereum. It's not, you don't choose the stable coin that's supposed to be locked to $1. You choose the project coin that can go up in much more value, which is maker versus DAI. And that's RSR versus RSV. If you're interested in that, and again, go check out the video, talks about that. Loom and Loopring, I'll put kind of together. They were both kind of solutions to Ethereum congestion. Loopring had a whole a trading interface, and it was a layer 2 solution for Ethereum. Worked well. It saved a lot of the transaction costs in Ethereum. It just hasn't really moved that much. Hollow or Hot, the one I skipped there, and I'll come back to my favorite at the end in a moment. Hint, hint. But Hollow or Hot was it provides companies the ability to build a decentralized application, or dApp, on the blockchain without having blockchain engineers. So Hollow was like it's kind of an easy do-it-yourself, build your own dApp kind of project, but it hasn't really taken off. So the last one I'm mentioning, and I'll just highlight it now because I think that's the one. Like, here's the ones that I like in the zone. Polygon or Matic. It was a 5. I really liked it back then. I like it even more now. They've got so many projects. It's based out of India. They originally were, their first claim to fame was they were probably the #1 layer 2 solution for Ethereum. Ethereum was getting really, really congested in 2021 with all the NFTs and the DeFi and crypto kitties. You just couldn't, the transaction fees on the Ethereum were crazy high. Sometimes it would be $100 to $200 to move anything on Ethereum. Way too much. So what Matic did was they would aggregate it. They just take it all into one, and then occasionally just once a day, kind of like setting up a bar tab. Once a day, they put all the transactions at once onto Ethereum. That's what Loopring did as well. But Matic went on beyond that. They became, they went from Matic to Polygon. I think they're going to rebrand soon to Poly to match their name, Polygon, versus drop the entire Matic name nomenclature entirely. But they have huge partnerships. They have their own blockchain now. They're a layer 1 and a layer 2. And they're a very, very active project that continues to work and develop and do good things. So I'm going to drop out of there and just say, like, of the cheap coins, right? The ones that I like of these 7, the one I would say, like, if I was to tell a friend, if you're going to pick one of the 7, I would say Matic, hands down. And that, if you join us over at EconomicPreppers or join my Patreon and ask questions about particular altcoins or projects to like, we could talk about projects that, like, there's some that I like that aren't even on Altcoin-Opoly right now because they either didn't have visibility to them or they didn't exist back then. So there's lots more altcoins to talk about. We will talk about the cycle of altcoins. Altcoin season is not even close. We have to get the Bitcoin season first. But hey, it's a good time to talk about them, revisit them, know that, hey, I'm here. I know about these projects. Happy to share my knowledge where I can. You have a phone number and ways to reach me. But I'm going to leave it there for now and then move on to zone 2 in the next video. But for all that said, I'm looking forward to all your comments. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on these coins, on the Altcoin-Opoly concept itself, and how you think about the old videos too. So all that said, I'm going to close the drawer on the bureau, say follow leader, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.